Now that the business of cooking votes is over, and the winner has been announced, okay, we now have to look forward and see how we are going to survive, how we're going to live in this Kenya, and maybe to try and forecast, what is ahead for us, okay? Now, it does not look good because already reports from the ground are not good. And it's very unfortunate in cases like this. The people who suffer most are the innocent. The people who had nothing to do with it. Yeah? Now, I don't know. I just don't understand us Kenyans. Because, seriously, why would somebody want to go and burn down somebody's supermarket? That's not the person who stole your votes. That's not the person who cooked votes. That's just a struggling, ordinary Kenyan. Yeah? It's wrong. It's very wrong, okay? But of course, what I'm saying will all fall on deaf ears. I know Kenyans very well. I think we are going to go through a difficult time going forward. I really wish from the bottom of my heart that there's a way to heal this, because although there's a great fraud which has happened, life has to go on. Yeah, we have to find a way, a solution to solve that problem, even as we continue living. Because I know there's a lot of Kenyans who live outside the country, and these people are very good at inciting and saying, no, we'll not accept. But can you spare thought for a while for that poor family living in the slum area? Yeah? Because normally the security guys go to slum areas first, especially slum areas perceived to be opposition places. So, I've gone through all this as we fought for a new constitution, as we fought for many things peacefully, but always there would end up being some sort of violence. Okay. Now, NASA have announced and they've said they're not going to court, okay, unless they change their mind tomorrow. But the position as of now is that they're not going to court. And what they've said is that they're going to use constitutional methods, yeah, to get their way, okay? I imagine that the constitutional methods like the ones which were used to replace the IEBC commissioners, yeah? Remember that? Well, they're the aggrieved party. And if Kenyans knew half of what has been done to NASA, it's terrible. Anyway, during the acceptance speech of the president on Uhuru being declared the winner, during his acceptance speech, he tried to emphasize on reaching out to Raila Odinga and the opposition to work together. That is encouraging and that is very good, because personally I believe people can work together even as this other party pursues what they are pursuing, as they pursue justice. It's possible, yeah, because it's politics. It should not be personal. But then, of course, I live in Kenya. I know how Kenyans, I understand Kenyans very well. What I'm talking about is a pipe dream. It can never happen. Okay? What is most probably going to happen is there's going to be a lot of bitterness between both sides. Now, don't get me wrong, NASA supporters. I'm not supporting fraud. I'm not supporting theft. But I'm just being a realist. Yeah? Going forward, what is the best course of action? How are people's lives going to be least disrupted? Yeah, those are the questions I need to ask. But of course, I know the answers I'll get back, that the NAS have to fight for their rights, yeah, constitutionally. Oh boy. Anyway, that is the position now. Of course, a lot of people are very worried. There are a lot of Kenyans who live out of the country who are very worried for the safety of their fellow Kenyans in the country. And I don't want to be the one to spread alarm, but for the last 2 days, I've been receiving various reports from various parts of the country, yeah, where there's sound of gunfire at night, funny things like that. Yeah, why would there be repeated gunfire somewhere? Yeah, and then the next morning you don't hear of any thugs or any. Oh boy, yeah, it reminds me very much of 2007. Okay, there are a lot of terrible things that normally happens when you go into this kind of what are they called? Kupigana, kuweka vita chini ya maji. Yeah, there's a fight going on. It's concealed. So meanwhile, people are just getting hurt, and people are just suffering. People have congratulated the IBC. I'm not one of them. I think they've done a very shoddy job. I think even the earlier election commission and even the earlier IEBC was better, okay, because this particular IEBC has not been transparent in anything they've done, okay, and I think you all know what I'm talking about. There's so many things wrong. They did not engage both sides until there was a crisis. Okay, they gave up a contract to a printer twice, which raised suspicions. Well, now we know the answers to some of those questions. Yeah. To cut a long story short, the IBC is simply an arm of the government. Yeah, they take the instructions from the government of the day. So, which means that since the government of the day is also competent in the election, well, jijazie, they can never be a fair competition in that kind of thing. You get all kinds of funny things happening. There's still the claim of the hacking. My view is that when you have an IBC that's an arm of government, you don't even need to hack. The person just comes into the computers and finds a way to enter. He doesn't have to do it remotely. Okay, rather, they can still be hacking, but they don't have to do it remotely. It's done right there at Bombers. Okay? Yeah, those are the strange things that happen in our country. My hope is that a solution will be found somewhere down the road. My hope is that NASA will come out with very clear evidence of exactly what happened. Okay, I have a pretty good idea of what was done and how it was done, and I think I shared this even before the elections with the members of Club 1999. The usual methods were used. Okay, and then if you catch my earlier recording, where I spoke about what happens to incumbents, why they never leave office, yeah, because there's something called security of the state, which ensures that they come back to office by hook or by crook. Very sad, very undemocratic, yeah, stamps on the rights of people, the rights of voters, yeah, why bother having elections then, you know? It's very, very disappointing, okay? But I'm always an optimist. I hope for the best. I will continue to keep you very informed of what's really going on, okay? And as usual, I appeal once again that we do everything in our power, my brothers and sisters, my fellow Kenyans. We do everything in our power to maintain the peace, okay? Let's just use our brains, and I'm sure there's no problem that has no solution. And part of the solution to this problem, I am sure, does not involve violence, okay? Because as I've said, let alone violence not working, I am very concerned about the people who suffer most, because the people who suffer most are very innocent people, okay? Of course, the government does not care very much about the people who voted for them, because now those are the people who have to live in fear, yeah, because the incident that we have had, these incidences rather, not one, that we have had here and there suggest that, you know, things are not going to be very good, yeah, and it is very sad, and it's wrong, okay, because if somebody wrongs you and that person is the government, I think it is very uncouth, it's very unfair, it's completely illogical to try and punish that government by punishing ordinary citizens just because they voted for that particular candidate who stole. That's wrong. I can never support something which is wrong, okay? But I think that's it for now. I will keep you very informed going forward. There are a lot of developments which are going to be taking place in the next few hours, especially as it becomes clear what kind of strategy NASA are going to use. And then, of course, I'll also be able to reveal to you exactly what happened in these elections. Because, for instance, it's very clear that the powers that be were rushing to announce the presidency. The reason for that is very clear. And this is because there was some information which they did not want to come out. But now that the president has been announced, whatever information you come out with is it's not relevant, yeah, because, well, a court is a long process, blah blah blah. But if that information had come before the declaration, there would have been a problem, okay? But now the declaration has gone, so some people can breathe a bit easy, okay? But I'll keep you very informed. Thank you very much for listening to me. I recommit myself to making sure that I keep you very much up to date with what's happening, yeah, in my usual tradition and style that I've done for a very long time. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.